good bounce back off of a tough weekend. Just kind of your overall thoughts on the win today.
Yeah, it was much better, much cleaner. Lots of positives on the mound, a few blips here and there. We walked. Elliott walks 3 in the first, and then gets out of it. Then goes back and gives us a 1-2-3. That was good to see him work out of it, and then also bounce back with a really solid second inning. You take those 3 out, and I think we only had 6 free bases tonight, which is a big improvement from where we've been the last few games. I thought the offense was just steady. We just kept putting pressure on them, scoring runs. Big hit by Blake Aaron. 3-2 count, fouls off several pitches, and gets a big bases loaded, 2 out. Knock to score some runs, and then Michael Seegers had a big game. It was good to see him kind of bounce out of it. We had some been swinging better. He ran into some bad luck at Ole Miss in the early innings on Sunday. He would have had probably a bases clearing triple, and ends up being a double play line drive. Takes the third baseman right to the bag. But hits a home run, breaks the scoreboard, or something.
Do you send him the bill for that, or
hit it right off his face?
Got a couple of good outings from the pitching staff. Reese Buter's one that really needed one. Jack Young, Sam Hart, Aaron Sabry. Those are the ones that stood out to me. Just your thoughts on those 4 in particular.
No, it's good to see Reese back out there and have a clean inning and hopefully take a deep breath and just start pitching like he can. Because he could be a big boost to our bullpen. Jack Young did a great job. Came in a dirty inning, went back out and gave us another clean inning. I think Jack's confidence is in a good place. He came in the game against Ole Miss. I believe it was Saturday. He was just right there, and the guy just wouldn't give it to him. He was like right on the edge with all his pitches, and I just felt like he was close. He's close to being in a really good place. And then I really liked what I saw from Caleb Strack, even though there was a walk there, and then pretty awesome double play by Tello. We actually had practiced that a little bit, and so it was the first time we've seen it happen in a game. And it was funny because Rader said that he and Gable were talking about it like the inning before if that happened. But it was good to see Caleb. He showed a lot of confidence, and Sam Hart was really good tonight. If Sam can be like that, that's the guy that we need, in the back end of the bullpen. And then Aaron Sabry continued to just pound the zone and throw strikes. And that was, wanted to get him back out there after a good outing this weekend, and give him another good outing tonight. And just feel a lot better, heading into the weekend after tonight's performance on the mound. And then offensively, I thought it was big to come out and score 2 in the 8th. Give us a little insurance, and just a really solid night. Andy, Nelson getting used to playing first base, made a nice play in the 9th. So good night overall, and it was good to get back out here and play. And day of practice tomorrow, and then we'll hit the road on Thursday.
Some of those guys that have been struggling in the bullpen, I know you're still searching for some answers, but day like today where it's Reese Buter and Sam Hart with another good outing, are those kind of some of those guys that maybe they just need to see something go there, kind of basketball where you just need to see something go in?
In baseball even more, and that's what we've been talking about a lot, is that it's crazy how it works, but sometimes it's just contagious, and it can be contagious the other way too. Nothing better than playing well and winning some games that are, get a good streak going would be great, and that builds confidence more than anything.
You mentioned some bad luck for Seegers over the weekend at the plate, but what did you see from him today that maybe made you feel like he's going in the right direction?
I just felt like he wasn't. I felt like he wasn't out of the zone, and that's what's been getting him in trouble. He's been expanding and trying to put the ball in play and not strike out, which makes him end up chasing. And tonight he just looked comfortable for the first time in a while, like really, really comfortable. And pitch selection was really good. And when he got pitches to hit, he hammered them. He'd been hitting breaking balls pretty good the last maybe 4 or 5 games, and stayed on a breaking ball and drove it, over the shortstop's head. And I just think he needed to see something go his way, and Michael might be ready to go on a little tear, hopefully.
I know you're not a coach that overlooks teams, but coming forward, there isn't a Virginia on the schedule. There isn't an Auburn on the schedule. Does it feel like, this stretch coming forward, maybe you guys can get something rolling and kind of get some wins strung together?
Well, you hope so. I mean, anytime you go on the road and it's week 4 of being on the road, you hope that the guys are able to, have the good energy and good focus and be able to fight through all that. It's not an easy place to play where we're going, and then we go to Georgia on Tuesday too. So it'll be a good challenge for us before we get home the next weekend. And I feel like that we played hard and we played well the whole time, the whole trip. I mean, all three of our weeks on the road. And, outside of the blip with the bullpen, struggling, everything else has been as planned and exactly like we thought it would be, if not better in some instances with our offense. So just got to keep plugging away and try to improve and get better. And there's still decisions to be made on who to go to when and all those things. And we're getting, I think, narrowing things down, and that's a big part of it too. Once kind of roles are established, then those guys feel better about when they're going to go in and who's going in. And a lot of times when you're giving everybody a fair shot and running a lot of pitchers out there, maybe they put undue pressure on themselves and those types of things. But pretty much everybody's had a chance now, and now it's to the point where we just have to go with the guy who feels the right guy, and he either gets it done or he doesn't.
You have Cade Moss come back. He got a couple of bats tonight. Once he's back in the fold, you've got Davis Kopp, you've got Reese Moore, who's been playing well, Andy Nelson the last couple of games. Is it one of those where it might be, they kind of split at bats throughout the weekend with that DH position, or do you kind of feel like you're leaning towards someone that you want to go to?
Well, I mean, Davis, if you look at his average, you think, well, he's not doing that good, but he's been hitting balls hard. And he's a guy that gives you a great at-bat every single time, and he's been able to drive runs in, and the days that maybe he didn't get hits, he found ways to get an RBI and get a run in. He needs to be a big part of the middle of our lineup, and then Reese has been arguably one of our top 2-3 hitters the whole season. So the thing with Cade, he gives you is once his hand gets fully healed, just an elite level receiver and catcher. And so how things play out, I don't know. Kopp's hamstring was a little worse than what we had thought. So didn't play tonight. Hopefully some rest and he'll be ready to go. But we wanted to get Cade out there just in case we'd make a decision to go with him with Brody. Or if Davis is maybe out on Friday, then we got to make a decision between Reese and Cade. And felt like he needed to get a couple at bats and get back out there before that happens. So that all went as planned, and that's a good thing.